Hi and welcome to this ZENworks video. In this video we're going to look at the platform agnostic nature of Novell ZENworks. Novell ZENworks allows you to use either Windows or Linux servers for hosting the primary server or satellite server components of the ZENworks infrastructure. It allows you to use eDirectory or Active Directory as your user source for supporting user-based management. It supports Sybase, Microsoft SQL, or Oracle, both standard and enterprise, as your configuration database as well as your audit database. And it provides management capabilities for Windows, Linux, and Macintosh. Additionally, with the ZENworks mobile management product, you can also extend that management capability to iOS, Android, Windows Mobile, Symbian, and other ActiveSync enabled devices. The benefit of this is it allows you to leverage existing investments you have in software, licenses, and skills. There's no need to learn new database skills if you already have a Microsoft SQL DBA on staff. There's no reason to buy new Windows Server licenses if you can host it on Linux. We also provide an appliance form factor that includes the base operating system for your primary server in the form of a Linux virtual machine. Additionally, this allows you to manage all of your devices in a cohesive manner so that from a single console you manage things in the same way instead of doing some things for one platform, other things for the different platform. The idea here is to make it as easy as possible for your ZENworks administrators to manage across all of these disparate systems. Let's take a look at some of the things that are platform agnostics in ZENworks. What I have here is the ZENworks Control Center. We're just going to take a quick tour to see where we have the various systems. So we'll start by looking at what you can manage with the system. You can manage Windows, Linux, or Macintosh devices. So if I go to the production folder here, you'll see I'm currently managing some Windows 8 devices as well as some OS X 10.9 devices. If I further go to the devices and go to servers, you can see that in addition to those, I'm also managing some SLES 11 64-bit boxes. So from within here, I have the ability to come in and take a look at the inventory data for the Windows device, or for the Linux device, or for the Macintosh device. Obviously, some of the data will be a little bit different. On Windows, you'll see installed programs. On Linux, you'll see RPMs that are installed. On Mac, you'll see installed applications, but you have the same basic capabilities. You also have the ability to target policies and bundles at these devices so that you can deploy software or apply policy to them. On Macintosh and Linux, you have the ability to deploy applications based on device targeting. Same with Windows. Windows also adds the ability to target based on user identity. For configuring user identity, you have the ability to connect to both eDirectory or Active Directory. So you'll see here I have two user sources defined. One of these is an Active Directory user source. You can see here that the system knows it's Active Directory. The other of these is actually an eDirectory user source. And so I can assign from the same system a common set of bundles and policies to either or both of those directory sources and manage the users within both of those systems. As far as the backend server configuration goes, you can create satellite servers from any managed device in the system. So I can simply add a satellite server to an existing primary. Then I can select from there, and you can see I can select any of my servers or workstations to act as a satellite server. This helps you to offload the load on your primary servers. This is great because if you've got a small branch and you've already got a branch server there, or you've even got a workstation that can serve up files, you can easily take that, whether it's a Windows box or a Linux box, turn it into a satellite, and now you've offloaded that branch's configuration or content calls to that local machine. now only a very small amount of traffic goes back to the main site to get configuration data, which is XML metadata that needs to come from the database. On the database side, you have the ability to use any of the supported database platforms. So if we take a look on the diagnostics page, you'll see currently I'm using Microsoft SQL Server as my backend database, but this might be the embedded Sybase server that comes with ZENworks if you are a small environment, or it could also be Oracle, Standard, or Enterprise, depending on the licenses you may have and the skill sets you may have. So with ZENworks, we make it easy for you to select the best thing for each part of your infrastructure, to leverage your existing skills, your existing software, and your existing licenses to implement the most efficient, cheapest solution for managing all of your different platforms in your environment. Thank you for joining me. This is Jason Blackett, the Zen Guru, signing off.